Hi and welcome again. In our last video, we have installed the Drizzle ORM and we have learned how to create all the schemas using ChatGPT. In this video, we are going further and we are going to use Drizzle ORM for all our tasks like querying the database, mutating the database. So we are going to integrate Drizzle ORM more into our application. So let's start that part. So as you can see, this is our application, and in the last video we have finished our migrations and it is running quite nicely. So if we npm run dev, we will see something happen. So this is our application and let's refresh the page. We have also created a new database so that we can now integrate Drizzle ORM freshly without worrying about our previous stuff. Okay, so that's why we have created a new database. So you should enable row level policies for all the tables here. So to do that, you just need to follow what I'm doing. Enable row level policies for all the rows. So people will not be able to access all these tables from anywhere. It should be more protected. If assume like your public key, Supabase public key got in wrong hands, then they can utilize those keys to get all the data. So we don't want our data to be stolen. That's why we are enabling our row level security policies, because from a Supabase public key, these rows can be accessed if the row level security policy is not enabled. So enable all row level policies. So you can see enable, and now it's good. Now we have our database with our schema in sync. So in the source directory, in the library, in the DB, in the schema, you can find all our schemas, and it is in sync with our production, or you can see our remote database. But we want to integrate it for fetching, getting, and all this stuff. So here we are saying that querying and mutating. So instead of doing this, what we will do, if the current user exists, so we don't need this all the stuff here. We can directly fetch the rows using the Drizzle ORM. So what we will do, we will import the DB from the DB and we will say select and what the things we need. Okay, so we need all the tweets. We need profiles. Inside profiles, we need username and we need full name. Now what we can do, we can say from which table we want. So we want from tweets. So we will import. You can see we are getting all the things. So we are importing all the columns. This means tweet. If we don't specify anything, then it means we are importing everything. So now inside here, so in the tweets, if you do this, you will find some auto completion here. And let's find out in the documentation of Drizzle ORM how to run a relational query. So we can see db.query.user.find many. So we can query users and we can find many with post like that. So we need to do that stuff. We can also left or right join. So here, if you find many, find first query. So here they are using query with post with comments, like this is good. So there we can do that as well. So we can say query and we want tweets. Okay, so we want to query. Okay, so it will say dot. Okay, but we are not getting any auto completion here. We want the auto completion. That's why we are using the Drizzle here. So we are not getting any auto completion. Why is that? For any nested with queries, Drizzle will infer type of infer model from core API. Good, that's good. But we want to. Okay, so if you have schema, so we have to specify the schema here basically. So if you go to the DB here, you can specify the schema and let's import everything. Import or copy the whole line. And you can specify the schema. Now if you do this, you can see we have all of our tables. So we want to query the tweets dot find many, and we will say what do we want with, and it will give us the other thing which we have. So let's find out how we can find many. Here we can specify the other columns as well, or the other tables as well. So here what we want, here we want the users, or you can say, where is this? If you go to the tweets, here we have profile ID. It is related to, So here we can say we want the profile as well. So profiles, true. We want the profiles. So this is how we can do. But we are not getting any auto completion here. Why is that? Find many columns. What are the columns you need? Okay, so it is saying that specify the columns. Let's see. Columns, extra, limit, offset, where, with. Good. So we want the columns, we want all the columns. Okay, so that's not the case. Extras. What is extras? Let's find out. Okay, width. In the width, we have comments, and then inside we can pass down the other things as well. So let's pass the profiles, but we are not getting any auto completion here. Why is that? Because we are not using the relations here. So what I'm saying is we have profiles, and profiles, each profile, okay, so profiles don't have anything inside it, like profiles don't have any one-to-many relation here, but tweet has something. So a profile can have many tweets. So what here we can do, we can specify some things here, like it is given here, user relation, the same thing which we can do here. So instead of saying user relation, can say profiles relations, import the relations, and here we will pass down the profiles. Here we will say many, and a user can have many tweets, and this is into tweets like this. A user can have many likes, a user can have many bookmarks, a user can have many replies as well. So this is what we are doing here. Tweets, let's forget about tweet hashtag now. Replies and likes and bookmarks. The same thing we need to do from the other direction. So what I'm saying is copy this whole thing and we will define tweets relations. This doesn't affect our schema. This is much more of an application level interface thing. So this is only is required for the application level. So here we can say tweets relation, and profile info has user ID. Good. Can see these both have the same thing, but if the database doesn't support relations, like Planet Scale doesn't support relations, so you have to use this schema. Otherwise you can use this thing. Okay, so users relations, one user can have one profile. Good. A user can have many comments, and on the other side one post, a comment. Yeah, so we have to define from both sides. So you can see a post can have many comments, and a comment can be only posted on one post. So that's why we have to define this thing here like this, a post. So here we will define the profile. We will say one, and it accepts two things. It will accept, here we will pass down the tweets relation. We will pass down the tweets just like that. In the comments we are passing down the comments like here, and here we are saying a comment can be posted on one post, and here we are specifying the posts here. Cool. So here we will specify the profiles, and here we will say the fields. Which are the fields basically? So it is the tweets dot, which field is this? So it is profile ID. And what is the reference of this field? So we will say profiles dot ID, just like it. Post dot ID, this is the reference, which means this is a reference, and this is the field which we want to reference. So we can say this post ID is reference to this ID. So we have to do this for all the other tables as well. This is our profiles, this is our profiles relations, tweets relations, replies. Now we have replies relations. Here instead of doing this, we will say replies dot user ID. Okay, so here we are saying user ID, which is good. Profiles, replies. So we have to pass down the replies here basically, where then this will have the replies access. Now we have profiles. Okay, now it is good to go as well. We will do the same for the likes table. Here instead of replies relation, we will say likes relations. Here we will pass down the likes table. Here we will say likes dot user ID, just like that. And the reference is profiles dot ID. Good. Here in the bookmarks, we will do the same thing. I know it is repetitive, but yeah, it works. It will help us when we are querying our database, and it will be much more error prone. Here we will pass down the bookmarks. Here we will say bookmarks dot user ID. I would suggest you to name these profiles users, and then you can specify the user ID as well here. So let's save this. It won't affect the schema, but it will affect here. So if you now see, you can see we have a profile. If we hit enter, we can find out what columns we need. So we need username, and we need true, and we need full name. So this is because of here we have specified the tweets relations. If we want to find out on the tweets, we have this thing. That's why it is working. And if we log this, it will work. But we want to left join this profiles table. So for that, we can do that. We can do that if we go to joins. Here we can find out how to do that. So db.select from users, then we can left join things. So this is what we need to do. So let's comment this out for now, and here we will try something out. Here we will say const result is equal to await db.select we can say select distinct on. We will just select, and we want to select from tweets. We want to select from tweets, and then we want to left join basically. So here you can find out all the things: inner join, left join, right join, everything we have here. So we want to left join the table. Which table we want to left join? You can see we want to left join the likes table and then join the profiles as well. So we are joining two tables. So we will join the likes table, then add all the elements of an array into a string separated by specific separate. So we are taking the reference of this SQL query which we have got from ChatGPT. Now we will join the profiles. But before that, I think we need to specify something. We need to left join, and we need to find out for which column you want to left join. So here we will specify something. Here we will say equal, and we can say tweets dot which column you want to join. Okay, so we have ID, profile ID, everything. So we want to join the tweets ID and likes dot tweet ID. Now this is what we want. After this, we want to join the whole table, which is the profiles table basically, and it will accept the same thing. It will accept the tweets dot profile ID, and we need profiles dot ID. Okay, what it is saying? Okay, left join required and full join. Good. Partial select. Then what is the join? Many to one example. Aggregate result. So here we have joined all the tweets basically. Here we are selecting everything. But what if I don't want to select everything here? Length join. I want to join the profiles and a separator. Add all the element to an array into a string. Left join. For each row of the table includes value from a matching row of the join table. If there is a matching row, if not, all of the columns of the join table will be set to null. Okay, that's cool. But this join is not a thing of how about right join includes all the rows of join table. If there is no matching row in the main table, all the columns of the main table will not be set to null. So here we are joining the left. We are saying that give me the tweet and give me the likes count of this tweet basically. So we are saying that when the tweet ID is equal to likes to tweet ID, give me all the rows as well. And then we are joining the profile, and let's log the result out, and we will see what we are getting here. Res dot, so we should get something here, dot returning. And now what we can do here, we can order them, order by, and we will say, how do you want to order by? So I can say tweets dot created it dot. Okay, so how this order by works? Cast dot here, order by documentation. Let's find out what is this. Okay, it is sending us to dot all. So we can find all the rows, and here we can specify the rows as well. We don't need all the rows. We can offset, or we can find some rows, not all of them. And here we are also grouping them by tweet ID, profiles username, and profiles. Okay, so we don't need that thing. Descending. The Drizzle, the GitHub documentation is better. Let's go to there. Here you can see how we can select the users, or how we can use this thing. Select from user where this is this. Good. Limit, offset, and order by. Okay, so we have to use this ascending or descending from here. So we need to descending. We need descending. So what we will do, we will grab DESC from Drizzle ORM. We will import, and we will say using sorting, and you can hover over it. You can find from users order by descending users dot created it and tweets dot created it. That's what we are doing here. That's totally good. Now it will work. We can limit and offset. Offset means how many users or tweets you want to jump. We can limit them. Let's limit to one tweet only. Dot. That's what we need. Dot returning. I think there is something called returning. If you hover over it, you can see what we are getting. We are getting, if we do this 2, we will receive an array. If we do it 1, we will receive an array of objects. So here we have tweets, here we have profiles, and here we have likes. Save this thing, and here we will find out what we are getting. We are getting undefined. Why is that? So if we go to the main component, let's comment everything out for now. Here we are getting the tweets. Let's pass this thing also, console.log, current user ID, and so basically the current user ID is undefined, and we are getting nothing. And if we remove this, what we will get? Nothing. Okay, because we don't have any tweets, that's why we are getting all of these things. So let's log in and try to submit some tweets here. Then it will work. Save this thing. Here in the mutation, if you go to compose tweet, here we are submitting the tweets. Instead of this, now you can use the Drizzle ORM if you want. So let's use the Drizzle ORM. So import the db dot insert, and we will specify our tweets table schema, and we will say the values are this. Profile ID is user data dot user dot id, just like that. So this is how you can insert something using the Drizzle ORM. Result, and let's log the result as well. Console.log res, what we are getting. We are getting the user, and it's good. Not user, we are getting the tweet basically. So we can now remove this. We don't need Supabase server, we need only response. Actually, we don't need to send anything. If this went wrong, .catch, we can set some error. We can say let error is equal to empty string, and if something went wrong, we can say error something wrong with insert, something wrong with server. Let's say for now, and we can pass down the error as error. That's good. And we can pass down the data as res. Why it is complaining? If we go here, it is complaining because if we hover over this, now we have some different things. So just for the sake of demo, we will do it any. And now let's see how, if we able to submit a tweet or not. So first we need to sign in. So clubofcoders.com@gmail.com, and username is clubofcoders. Hit enter. Now we should be received, and so we have received a link. I will sign up. Now I am logged in. You can see we are getting an ID here. I will submit something. This is a tweet. This is my first tweet. If I hit enter, you can see something is happening. So let's log this out. What we are getting. You can say error. Console.log error. If we try to hit submit, we are getting something. We are getting insert or update on tweets. Violates the foreign key constraint. Tweets profile ID foreign key. Something is wrong. Basically, it is saying something is wrong. So if now go to profiles, so we don't have any profiles here. Why? Because this is our new database, and we haven't configured our trigger to insert a row into our profiles table when a new user is created. For that, you can go to SQL editor. You can go to, there is a user management starter, and you can just copy this whole trigger, create function. What it will do, it will create a trigger whenever a new user will sign up on your application. It will insert into the profiles table. So new blank query, create function public handle user, insert into public.profile ID, full name of the URL. We don't need the author URL. We need the username, full name, username. These two things we need. New.id, Now let's try to run this. Now successfully done. If we go to our profiles, username, full name, these two things we need. We need the ID as well. So we are getting the ID as well. Cool. So now we will delete this user which just has signed up. Now if you refresh this, it will ask us to sign up again. clubofcoders.com@gmail.com. Here we will say club of coders. Now I will click on login. It will send me a email. I didn't got any email. Something went wrong. Let's see. Let's click on login again. Something is not working, so we will find out what is happening here. Auth. So in the provider, we are opening the model. Here is our authentication model. Please sign in to continue. Here we are select. So the username already exists. Please use, and then we are signing using OTP. If something is wrong, we should show something here. So I think it will give us some data, an error. If we got any error, sign up error, sign data. So if we got any error, then we should show something, and we should return it. Return toast.error, error dot. We can say sign up error dot message, and if it is successfully done, we can show a toast.success magic link sent successfully, like that. Now it's good. Now if we try to do that again, clubofcoders.com@gmail.com, clubofcoders, login, null value in the column full name of relation profiles. So we are getting something. Let's log the error so we can see what is happening. Full sign up error. Club of coders Okay, I don't want to type again and again. I think I should use type is email already. It should show me auto completion, but it is not showing. Okay, so it is, what is the problem we are facing is inside the authentication in the profiles, username, full name. Let's try this and see the error more carefully. We'll fix the error. Where is the error? Okay, in the terminal it should have. So null value in the column full name of relations profile violate null, not null constraint at not null value in column. Yeah, previously we were able to sign up and this time not. What happened? Let's clear the whole data. Where is the storage? Clear the site data, everything. Now everything is cleared. Localhost, go to localhost. Now let's do it again. clubofcoders.com@gmail.com. Here we will say the username is Club of Coders. Hit enter and it is saying data is username. Preview. Failing row contains this null value in column full name of relation profile. So we are not able to insert a new row. That's why we are not able to sign up. So let's pass down the full name as well. So it needs a full name. So what we can do is the same thing here. And instead of placeholder, we can say name, type text, minimum. Let's remove this. And let's define a new state as well for the name. Full name, it is empty. Here we will say, okay, the value is username. And here the value is email. Why have I forgot that thing? Here the value is not email. Here is the value is full name and set the full name. That's all. Now we need to send the full name as well to our server. Full name is full name. That's good. Now let's write email is clubofcoders.com@gmail.com. Username is Club of Coders. Name is Pranjal Soni. Hit enter. Now it is done. Magic link sent successfully. Now it is done and we should have a new row inserted in our DB. That's totally awesome and we will confirm our sign up. Now we are sign up and here we will, this is my first tweet. Hit tweet sent successfully. Everything is working as expected. And here now we are able to see the get tweets and everything is now good. So close. You can see this is how we are using Drizzle ORM to insert something from, not from, inside our DB. And here we are getting the DB and joining all the tables here. So you can see we are getting an array which has only one element. It has something. It has tweets, which is the tweet detail. It has likes, which is null because now the likes is null. It has profiles, which who is the user who created this tweet. This is what we are showing here. That's totally good. Now we want all the likes. Okay, so how to do that? We want all the likes. I want to count it. Can we do that? No. So we can send the whole response here and response. And in the main component here, we can catch the error if something went wrong. Let error is equal to empty string. And here we can directly say like this. And we can say error is equal to something went wrong while fetching all the tweets. And here we can pass down the data is response and the error is the error. Now we have something, and if we have res.data.length is greater than 0 or not like that, if this is defined, here we can remove this tweet. Why it is showing us the squiggly line? Control Z, res.data.map. Now we have this tweet. Void element undefined is not assignable to type React node. Type void is not assignable. Yeah. Tweet is res.data and res.data.length is greater than 0. Something is not working here. Something is very wrong. We can say res.data. Yeah. Now it's happy. It's basically happy. It is saying, yeah. So here tweet dot. So we can split the profiles tweets. Here we can say tweets.id. Here we have our tweets, and in the here we have all the things here. Tweet.text. Here we don't need to give this thing. Here we can infer tweet type. So if you go to the documentation of Drizzle, let's close this. You can infer the types. So if you go to schema declaration, this is how you can infer the types of the everything. So if you go to schema, here we want to infer the tweets type. So here we can say tweets instead of saying so this is our users table. We want to infer the user. Here we can say we want to infer the tweet and import from Drizzle ORM, and we can pass down type of tweets. Now we have a tweet type, and here we can get the tweet type from schema. Good. So here we can spread both things, dot profiles, like that. Now it has all the things here which are needed. It has all the tweets, it has all the profiles. So we can union both the types. So here this is our tweets and here is our profiles. So this is our profiles. So we can say this is our profile, infer from profile. And here we can make a union of this. Union, there is something union type script. If you search this, you can find how we can union a type. Yeah, this is how you can union. Simple. We can say if this is profile or this is tweet. Import the profile. Now it is happy. It is also happy. Here you can say tweet. Okay, not tweet. Basically, we don't want to union this. It will eliminate the common things. We want to intersection. Let's try it and we want both. So tweet dot. Yeah, now we have both. So here we want the full name. Here this is of tweet dot created it. Now we don't have the likes count. For now we can pass down this. We can pass down the 0. We can also make sure it is false. Everything is looking good for now. We will see what we can do to make sure our like button also works like it was working previously. So now if we go to our application, you can see this is my first tweet. We are getting everything we need. So if you hit refresh, everything is good. Now we want to like this tweet. If we click this button, it will like, but it will not show anything. So here we are getting all the tweets, likes and profiles. If we like this thing, insert or update on likes for tweet ID. Okay, so we are not able to insert into the likes table. Why is that? Let's find out. Here is our UUID for our thing, for our tweet. If we go to tweet inside like button, here we are liking to tweet ID, user ID. It's good. Why it is not working? So instead of doing this, we will use the Drizzle ORM dot insert into the likes row, and we want to insert some values which are tweet ID, which are user ID, and everything else will be auto generated basically. So now you can log the error if we get anything. Error console.log error. Yeah, now let's do it again. Try to like this tweet. It worked, I think. If we go to the likes table, the thing is here. We also want to find out what is happening. So const response is equal to console.log response. Save this thing. Now we will refresh this. We will like this. Yeah, we are getting something. Insert or update on likes. Violates the foreign key constraint like tweet ID tweets foreign key. Something is missing here. Something is not correct. Why is that? Let's find out. Let's log the IDs we are receiving here so we can find out what is happening. So here is our tweet ID, here is our user ID. Let's log both of these out. Our user ID is this and our tweet ID. Our user ID is 4D something and our tweet ID is 10C something. Let's click on this button and see what is happening. Yeah, okay. So we are getting both same things here. Tweet ID and user ID both are same. Why is that? Why is this problem? Because we are not passing the tweet ID correctly. So if we go here in the like tweet, here we are getting the tweet ID, but from where we are getting the tweet ID? In the like button, and this is the ID of tweet, and this is wrong. Why is that? Let's log the tweet. Okay, this is both same. Why is that? Okay. These both are same. Why is that? Let's find out here. We want to return this thing, but to debug this thing, we want to do console.log tweets. So it is combining both of this ID and it is taking one. So the problem is the ID. So to fix this problem, what we will do? We will pass down the tweet ID here. We will say tweet ID. It is confusing us. Okay. So we are getting confused here what is tweets and what is not. So we will do user profile and here we will pass down the profiles. So now everything is clear. Tweets. So now we have ID, text and nicely. So we can differentiate which is tweet ID and which is user ID. So we have this user ID and this is the tweet ID. So that's why we are doing something here. So instead of doing this, we can make our type like this. We can say profile just like this. Tweet user profile is profile. And another thing which we have is tweet. Or here we can specify, or we can directly say we have tweets here. Tweets is tweet. It's still not happy. So we need to fix the type here. So I think we need to do something here. User profile and tweet details, and here we can pass the tweets. Now here we can say tweet details is tweet. Now both are satisfied and it's good. Save this thing also, and here we can say user profile dot full name tweet dot user profile dot username, and here we want tweet details created it dot tweet details, and the tweet ID is tweet details dot ID, not the user. And now it's good. Now it's totally differentiated. It's good. And if you click on this like button, it will work. It will definitely work. Now if you go to here in the likes table, you can see we have now our like, which is created using Drizzle ORM. Now we can remove all the console.log first. Remove all the console.log. So why I have recorded this debugging part also, because I want you to know that not all the times everything works out. Sometimes we get some errors and we need to figure out and we need to debug the errors. Okay, so that's cool. We can do this, or we can delete from using the Drizzle ORM as well, but you can do this by yourself. Now here we are getting something here. So what I'm saying is, let's log the likes and we will see what we are getting. So we are getting the likes as well, you can see. And if we like this tweet one more time, then we will also get that one tweet. So I will open a new window, which you see. So here, as you can see, we are saying that where if this exists or not. So if this doesn't exist, then we can say undefined. Argument of type this not assignable. We are getting this problem. Let's assume we do this. Okay, because this can be undefined, that's why it is not working. So if we do this, it will not show us any problem. Let's find out what we are getting here. Hit refresh. Now we get something. This is tweet. This is likes, profiles. That's good. That's not I want. Let's remove this whole thing. Let's find out console.log row dot. Okay, we have three things: likes, profiles, and tweets. So I want to select some custom columns. Okay, so how can we do that? Let's find out. We can select partial, select user.id, user.name, mapped1, map2. That's okay. That's totally okay. db.select as SQL number X from this generate series, conditionally select fields. We can also do this SQL thing here. It's cool. How about we try this? The same thing here. We can say if the user has liked or not. So what I'm saying is user has liked. If the current user ID exists, then has liked, otherwise null. Conditionally, where is this conditionally? Yeah, now it's good. It's conditionally with name.users, otherwise this. That's good. And we can say has liked, and it is SQL, import SQL from here, and we can pass down over SQL string. db with SQ, we can do a lot of things here basically. Has liked exist is, we want to do this. Can we do that? Damn. Wait, okay, we can do that. Let's find out if we are getting this thing here. Row dot has liked. Okay, so we have has liked now, but we don't have the tweets or anything. Now we can say tweets is tweets, likes is likes, and we can say profiles is profiles. Let's find out what it gave us. Not working. Let's go to the main. Yes, something happened. True. So we have liked all of them, so it is giving us 2. That's totally dope. And what if I remove all the likes? Let's delete all the tables. So we have 2 users, we have 3 tweets, so we have liked all of them. I want to delete all of the tables. Okay, why can't I delete this table? No table, we want to delete. Yeah, delete 6 rows, delete all the rows. Now it should be false. If I hit refresh, yeah, it's 0, false. Damn. So our query, which we have written in SQL, just worked in Drizzle ORM. So this is how you can do that. It's totally awesome. It's cool. What if I go to localhost 3000? Now it's good. We are getting 3 likes. If I hit refresh, if I hit like, now it has 1 like. That's totally dope. So we are getting all the results what we want, and we can pass down the row dot has liked into liked is equal to row dot has liked. This is a complex query and we have struggled a lot to achieve this, but yeah, it was totally fun. Now we can also specify this. Okay, so it is saying unknown. We can pass down like a boolean why it is saying. Okay, so we have to specify the as liked as boolean here. That's dope. And now in the main component here we are getting the tweets, and here we will also specify if the user has liked this tweet or not. So here we have has liked, and we will pass this down into our main thing. So if user has liked or not, here it will go. This is a boolean. Save this thing, save this thing, save this thing. Now it will refresh and everything will work like charm. Okay, why it is, if I hit, okay, so it is getting all the true and false for all the, yeah, why is that? Let's find out in the queries. Here we are saying if current user ID exists, then has liked it exists, otherwise not. So something is fishy here, something is not correct. What we are doing, we are selecting from likes, we are saying if likes dot user ID is okay. So this is wrong, this is wrong. This is not what we want. We want to find if this current user has liked or not. So we have to define two equal, and we will say tweets dot likes dot user ID, and also the likes dot the tweet ID is equal to the current tweet ID. Basically, that's what we are doing. So we are saying that tweets this ID is equal to this ID or not. So for that, what we can do here, we can, instead of doing this, we can say db dot select dot from likes dot where, and here we can say equal likes dot tweet ID is equal to tweets dot ID, and at the same time we need equal likes dot user ID is equal to the current user ID. So this is not accepting two equal in the same where, so we can pass down another where here, and we can say this. Now save this thing. Now if you hit refresh, everything is good. If you hit like, all the three tweets are like, no, this is not what we want. Something is still missing. db.select from likes, where likes dot tweet ID is tweet dot ID, likes dot user ID is current user ID. And now we can remove the whole thing here. Basically, let's remove this, refresh this. Okay, so we have to use this AND operator here, and that's how it will work. Instead of chaining, we can do AND, import the AND, and here we will use the same thing like that. And here you can see where these both conditions are satisfied, where the user ID is equal to current user ID and the tweet ID is equal to the current tweet ID. Let's find out. Yeah, I think it worked. If I remove this, if I like this, if I like this, I like this. If I refresh this, now it's good. If I remove this, yeah, 2 likes, it has 2 likes. I will remove 1 like, it has 1 like. I will remove this 1 like as well. Now it has 0 like. So it's working. So yeah, we can't chain multiple where operators. We can use AND operator, and we can select multiple equal. Yeah, that's good. So that's how we have successfully fetching the tweets. We are getting the tweets. This is a fresh new tweet. Hit enter. This is a fresh new tweet with 0 likes. If we like this tweet, we are liking this tweet. Here we can see our fresh new tweet as well, and we can like this tweet, and everything is working like charm. And we have successfully converted our raw SQL query into the ORM query, which is long, and honestly this is not looking good, but yeah, this is better than this, where we don't have to define a lot of things and we can conditional chain multiple things. So yeah, thank you so much for continuing with me till now. I know this must be hard for you. At the first, I am very new to Drizzle ORM. This is my first time where I have tried Drizzle ORM. Now that's all. I will see you in the next video, where we will build reply feature, and then we will finish this course. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.